everybody, it's Jess and welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have to be very quiet at the moment and I'll kind of explain why a little bit later in another video, but I am back with another vlog for Monstrous Mondays. This is vlog number 8. We're very nearly at the end of the series. I can't believe how quick it's gone. But before I talk about the book that I'm gonna read for this vlog, let's roll the titles. And just a heads up, if you are affected by flashing imagery, you might want to skip ahead. Okay, so I'm actually filming this intro about a week or so after I've read the book. I've just been very bad at filming intros and wrap-ups at the moment. Life has just been very chaotic, and as I said, I will talk about that in another video that will be coming up very soon. But the book that I'm going to be reading for this vlog, or that I have read for this vlog, is Plain Bad Heroines, and this is by Emily Danforth. So this is a very chunky book, and this is kind of like a, I don't want to say dark academia because it's not really that, but it does have that kind of setting in some of the book. But this is partly set in 1902 and then also in present day, or 2016, something like that, and it is about this school for girls called Buckhorns, and it is the infamous site of tragic deaths, and it's going to be the subject of this movie that has been considered a little bit controversial. We're following 3 actresses who are playing parts of some of the people who lived and worked or who studied at Buckhorn School, and kind of exploring into all of that. I'm trying to keep this very brief because I'm so tired. But yeah, as I mentioned, I have already read this book, so we're going to skip back in time to a week or so ago when I first started reading this, and I'll show you guys my thoughts on it from then on. So let's skip back. Don't mind me just chilling in bed. This might become a regular occurrence because it's literally just too cold outside, and I just like my bed. It's so cozy. Anyway, I'm gonna start Plain Bad Heroines. I've taken the dust jacket off because I never read with the dust jackets on. They always get in the way, and also it's just so pretty. It is just gorgeous. But yeah, flipping through this book already, and it has some like really nice illustrations in it and everything, so I'm just really excited to delve into it, and I'm gonna read for the next couple of hours and try and get a decent chunk done, and I'll let you know my thoughts on it after 50 or so pages. So I am about 60 pages into this, nearly 60 pages, and I'm finding it very hard to get into. And it's the writing style. It's not my favourite type of writing, and I'm just a little bit bored right now. I've been introduced to the characters of Clara and Flo, these 2 girls at Buckhorn School who died in a wasp attack, a yellow jacket attack, and they are obsessed, or they had an obsession with this book by Mary MacLane. And then we are also introduced to this another girl at the school called Eleanor, and she dies a couple of weeks after Clara and Flo in very different circumstances, but she also dies with a copy of Mary MacLane's book. So that's the theme. This book is what's connecting all of these girls. There were 3 girls, I think, or 4 girls, I think, that died in total. So all of that happened in 1902 with the girls and their deaths, and we've been introduced to 3 women in present day. We've got Audrey, we've got Harper, and we've got Merritt, who are actresses, and they're going to be playing parts in a movie about the things that have happened at Brookhaunt School. And that's pretty much all I know so far. The story's interesting, but it's just the writing. It's written like a non-fiction book, which is very interesting. It has little footnotes and things telling you about, or giving you extra information, about some of the characters or things mentioned in the text, which I like. But yeah, I'm struggling with the writing a little bit at the moment. But I'm only 60 pages in, so I'm not going to knock it yet. I'm going to give it some more time. This book does have some beautiful illustrations in it though, which I love, and it just adds a little something extra to the story, like this here. It's just stunning. I don't really know what's going to happen. I don't have any other thoughts on it right now. But I've been reading for the past hour or so. And I am going to go for a run now because I'm very tired. Also, good news, guys. I was meant to be working tonight, but I phoned my manager and asked him how busy it was tonight, because I don't really feel like working. I've worked 7 days straight so far. Tonight would be number 8, and tomorrow I'm working all day, so that would be 9 days straight I've worked. So I just asked out of curiosity, and I've been given the night off, which is great. So I'm gonna go for a run, and then I'm gonna have a nice long bath, probably get some video editing done, and then I'm just going to chill and read. It is also a work colleague's birthday today, so I'm probably going to go for some drinks with her at some point. But yeah, I'll let you know how I get on with the book a little bit later on. Alright guys, I've read 100 pages of this so far today, and I'm starting to enjoy it a little bit more. It's a very character-driven story, which I love. I love getting into the heads of the characters, learning about their pasts and all of that. So yeah, I'm a little bit more invested in it now. You know, it's still kind of introducing you to these characters. We've had a whole chapter on Merritt, and we've learned a bit more about her and her life. And it's been kind of tragic. And I'm interested to see how the relationships of the 3 characters of Merritt, Audrey and Harper are going to evolve, because it's setting it up for some really juicy stuff. So yeah, I'm I'm pretty positive that I'm gonna love this, and yeah, I'm finding it quite interesting now, and I'm just intrigued to see where all of the horror stuff is gonna fit in, and what the wasps have to do with it all. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, but I am gonna be heading out now for some drinks with some work friends, and then when I get back, I'm gonna have dinner with my boyfriend. We're probably gonna watch an episode of Sherlock, so I probably won't read any more of this until later tonight. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it, and yeah, I can't wait to see what the rest of the book has in store for me. It is raining like a bitch right now, and I love it. It's put me in a good mood, weirdly. I know a lot of people hate this weather, but I thrive in it. Yeah, it's just very fitting considering I'm reading this book right now. Let's talk about this book and the progress that I've made since I last updated you, probably like 2 days ago now. It's like day 3 of trying to get through this book, and I've read probably nearly 30 pages since I last updated. I've been struggling with this. I was at work yesterday and I wasn't feeling great, so I just didn't read anything when I got back. And I haven't read anything much today because I've been video editing, which is always fun. So yeah, we're doing well so far, guys. I probably won't be vlogging tonight, and I probably won't be vlogging at the weekend because it's going to be very busy. I've got a lot of things going on, stuff that I need to sort out. I don't even know if I'm going to have time to read, so we'll just have to see how things go. But this book is just very hard to get into at the moment, and I'm not hating it. It's just the writing. It's not my favourite kind of writing style. It's just very formal, and I'm more of a casual kind of reader. I like, casual writing, conversational writing. I mean, this is kind of a bit conversational, but it's just very, I think I said before, it reads like a non-fiction book, like a textbook. And yeah, not a lot has happened since I last updated you. We're just getting a little bit more backstory about some of the characters. This chapter that I'm on now is just talking a bit more about Harper's life, her childhood and things like that. And I do love character driven stories. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead, a book that I read back in August that I absolutely loved, about a woman who was making a movie about another woman, and we were delving into both of their lives and learning more about them and what drives them. I kind of get that impression with this book, that is how this is going to be a little bit. But yeah, nothing untoward has happened, nothing too sinister, One thing I do love though, actually, which I've noticed, obviously this book has some really pretty illustrations, but I'm just going to pick this up and show you when I can find it. So every now and then throughout the text, whenever a wasp, a yellow jacket is mentioned, there's this little illustration of a yellow jacket. And that happens a few times when, like I said, when a yellow jacket is mentioned, and I love that little touch. It's very creative. I think this book is going to be fun. I just need to work my way through it. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to work my way through it. I'm not at work now for a few days. Tonight is going to be pretty chilled. It's not really going to be busy until tomorrow. So hopefully I can get 100 or so pages of this down. I've heard that it gets better. Some people have told me that it does get better, so I just need to stick with it. And hopefully I'll have something a little bit more substantial to talk about the next time I pick up my camera. Hello everyone, and it's been a few days since I last spoke to you. I've been very bad at updating. Also, I'm loving this spot. I'm filming in this spot again because I just get the best lighting from the window. And also, sorry if you can hear that noise in the background. It's my washing machine. Just try and ignore it. My microphone shouldn't pick it up too much, but yeah. Anyway, let's talk about plain bad harrowings, because I am just over halfway through now. I've been reading it on and off over the weekend. It's been quite a busy weekend, but yes, I'm just over halfway and I am about to start part 2. So this part is called The Happenings at Brookhants, and I guess it's going to kind of go a little bit deeper into what actually happened to Clara and Flo. There's a lot of like plots and scheming going on the movie set, or well, we're not on the movie set yet, but I assume we will be in this part of the book. But leading up to the movie being made, there has been a bit of plotting, a bit of scheming, there's been some drama, but nothing too exciting. It's been a bit of, I don't want to say a slog, because it hasn't exactly been that. There has been some great character development and some great conversations and moments had between the characters, but it's been very slow. And it's definitely not what I thought this book was going to be at all. But I'm hoping all of the spooky stuff is gonna start happening now. We've had little peeks of it here and there in part 1, but hopefully in part 2 there's gonna be a lot more of it, because that is what I'm here for. So yeah, so far I'm okay with it. I'm not loving it, but I'm interested enough to keep reading it, obviously. I'm not at work tonight. I have the night off, which I'm so happy about. So I'm going to try and read as much of this as I can. I want to get this finished within the next couple of days, because I want to start reading something else for a readathon that I'm doing. But I just feel obligated to finish this. I want to finish it, so yeah, I'm gonna see how I get on tonight, and hopefully I will update you a little bit more as I go on. Also though, these gorgeous illustrations, I keep mentioning these, but this stuff is just making the book so enjoyable to read as well. It just adds a little bit of something extra to the story. I love that. Yeah, it's very late in the day. It's gone 3 o'clock. I've had such a busy day. I've been running, I've been shopping, I've been cleaning, doing all sorts of stuff. So now I'm finally sitting down to read, and that's my plan for the rest of the night. So yeah, I'm gonna start part 2 now, and I'll share my thoughts with you after I've read a few more pages, probably 50 pages or so. Yeah. I'm expecting lots of spookiness. Alright, so back to now, and I'm going to talk about this book as a whole, because it took me a while to get through this. It took me a good week or so to work my way through this, and that isn't because this is a bad book necessarily. It's just not my thing, really. I mean, it kind of is, because it's very character driven, and I love character driven stories. It reminds me very much of one of my favourite books of the year so far, which is Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead. It has a very similar premise. But this book was just not what I was expecting it to be. It wasn't as atmospheric in terms of spookiness as I hoped it would be. There wasn't much tension. It was very much a slow burn, and it just wasn't what I was looking for at the time. I think if I'd probably read this at a different point in the year or at a different point in time, I might have enjoyed it more. I think I just had very high expectations for this to be something really spooky and horrific and sinister, and it just wasn't, which I'm really disappointed about. I was more interested in the chapters that were set in 1902 and in the school and between Libby Brookhants and Alex, I can't remember her last name, but they worked at the school. I was more interested in their chapters than I were the chapters about the movie being made. I found those chapters to be very trivial and just didn't really do much for me. But yeah, overall I am going to give this 3 stars because I still enjoyed it. It just didn't live up to my expectations, unfortunately. It wasn't spooky enough for me, and it just, it was a hard read, but I can understand why people enjoy this. It's got great queer representation. It's a great piece of feminist fiction. You know, all the female characters are very well-rounded, very strong individuals, all very different, and it adds a lot of like colour, a lot of contrast to the pages, to the story, and a little bit of conflict, which I liked, and I liked the idea behind it. I just wasn't feeling it as much as I wanted to, unfortunately, but there we go. I don't have anything else to say, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sorry this vlog has been a little bit of a rubbish one this week. Life has just been crazy at the moment. Things have just been happening all over the place, and yeah, I'm trying to get my shit together. Hopefully I will soon. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to leave any comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this book, whether you've read it and whether you agree with me or not. I always love to hear what you guys have to say. Please feel free to like this video because it does really help with my channel. You can also subscribe and hit the bell button so you will be notified every single time I do upload. And having said all of that, I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye guys.